Hi, this is Kat Sturtz from rockingyourpath.com with another episode of Fast Action Fridays. Today, my special guest is a Facebook friend and awesome businesswoman, Ann Rusnak from Ohio. And we're going to be talking about easy ways to network using Facebook groups. And I'm one of her very fond members of her own Facebook group. So tell everybody hello, Ann, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you said, my name is Ann Rusnak, and I always go with, I'm an author of the book, The Journey to Me. And it's a novel. And for me to write a novel, because I'm lucky I get a blog post up, this was something that was divinely downloaded. And the book is written for women, basically. I don't know about you, Kat, but I know with me, and I know some of my clients, when we start a business, we often didn't realize that we enrolled in the graduate school of personal development, because all your stuff is going to come up, and it's that stuff that's going to hold you back. And I say actually it creates a rip current and it pulls you away from what you're actually going after. So the book is written in the story format, and it speaks to your subconscious, because that's where all the changes have to happen. And if you're trying to make the changes here, it's hard. They don't stick. And your brain will defend whatever that is you're trying to change. Where if you can sneak in to the subconscious, it won't put up a fight. And so the book was written to be able to sneak in under and be able to start becoming aware of, like, ooh. And now it's up to you whether you want how you make the change and stuff, but knowing that that it's an easy, gentle way. And that's what a lot of my clients have said, and people who have had the book, they are just very surprised that they're able to have these transformations without a lot of the work, in it. They're able to be able to become aware and start making the shifts. And that was the whole idea, that I wanted. I spent years and years and years in therapy, and I'm going, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have time to spend years and years and years trying to get rid of my junk. We need to be able to get rid of it, at least fast, to be able to move forward and do it with ease, and so that it lasts a little bit longer. And so that's why the book was written the way it is. It's also, since it's for women, I know as women we have just so much leisure time in the world with nothing to do. So it's written that you can basically read the book in a day if you wanted to. But if you want to stop and pause and actually, you're going on the journey, meeting her mentors, and it feels like you're actually going there with her. So it's a little bit about the book, Kat.
And everybody needs to know that my copy of her book is coming to me free because I participated in one of Ann's mixer challenges that she runs in her Facebook group as part of networking, and it was awesome, and I'm participating again. Now, you run these things primarily quarterly now, and we have some special ones, but let's dive into some of the tips you have for listeners about how to use Facebook. I happen to love Facebook. I would say 90% of my private clients and my group clients all come from my networking on Facebook. So I'm an easy sell on this, but a lot of people just hate Facebook. And if you hate it, you need to check out some of my other things about why you might hate it and what to change about how you're using it. But right now, Ann, what are some of your tips for maximizing our networking effort, making it easy using our Facebook group?
Okay, Kat. And Facebook is one of my main platforms. And I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. It depends on what mood Mark Zuckerberg is in. So, he's the owner of Facebook, and sometimes I don't know what's going on in his brain. But, and networking is very important in growing your business. And when I talk about that stuff coming up, you got to be comfortable putting yourself out there, talking about your business. And so if you're finding yourself not being able to do that, we actually offer things within our group. And I try to do things like with the mindset, with the confidence. The mixers make it easy for you to start being able to interact. And I think that's where a lot of people I don't know what to do, interacting at that. But the first tip that, as far as, a group and starting a group is why. why do you want to start a group? And because it's the same thing. It's like the website. If you build it, they will come. Putting up a Facebook group doesn't mean everyone's going to show up. So you really need to have a purpose behind, why am I doing this group? And for me, it is the beginning step of a bigger picture of me wanting to build a community of women entrepreneurs who are supporting each other. Because I think this is often lacking, though I'm seeing more and more collaboration happening with women. For the lack of a better word, we have that good old boys network. My thing is, I'd like to see this with women, but I don't want good old girls. So I'm coming up with something different. But I want a group of women, because to me, entrepreneurship is a special calling. And it will make it is this calling, and there'll be days you'll sit there crying, why? So you do need that in starting the group, and having that group makes you the star. So it's a great way of people to getting to know you better as well. So it gives you great exposure. That's why I say you have to be comfortable, putting yourself out there. And a Facebook group might be the perfect way for you to even doing that. So maybe the purpose of your Facebook group is just to get comfortable talking about, what you do, and even maybe fleshing out your messaging and stuff, because I know my group has morphed just a little bit, and it's actually tied to a meetup group that I had put on hold while finishing up my book that we're reviving again in August. So it has a dual purpose. But why? Find out your why. So that's the first tip, Kat. Just don't go start that group. Really think about why do I want it? The second one is, who is it for? Who do you want in that group? And that's, because, you're going to have a group, eventually get clients and stuff, from that group. But if you set the group up to who I'm going to just sell to everybody as soon as they come in, that it's just, you got to think of like regular networking. If you're not networking, no one wants to hear your sales pitch as soon as you come in. But this is also the advantage of having your own group. You can promote yourself a little bit more than maybe the members, depending upon how the group is set up. But you want to define, who is my group for? And so when you've got those two, then it's, let's open up a group. And now I've got the group. So how do I get people in here?
And I'm gonna jump in here for a second. Sure. I see a lot of people who say their goal in starting their group is to get lots of members really quick. And I'm thinking, that's really not what I would consider a goal. The best groups that I belong to, including my own Rocking Your Path community and yours, are not full of thousands of people. They are full of people who want to be there and who want to both shine and network and gain from the advice and interaction with others. So it's the number of members really isn't key to a successful Facebook group.
You're absolutely correct. And actually, one of the things that you can do in your group is to ask questions to qualify people to come in. And I don't want to go into all the details about setting up a group, because you can look that up. You can go to YouTube University and find all that stuff. Right. But
so tip number 3 is, because we've got, one is why start your group. You have to know your why.
Your group and who your group is for.
And then 3 is what?
Think party. Okay. Think party. And that is, if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to do it. So when I start with my group, I kind of think of it as it's a party. People are invited. So this might lead into the number of people that you want to your party. And, what you're going to be serving, what you're going to have fun, all the kind of different things that I actually, when people, I'll invite people in. So I'll send them the, hey, you can come join the group. And I'll say, don't bother with the questions. And I have questions to qualify people, because I want to make sure.
I do the same thing. If I know the person and I've invited them, I don't make them answer the questions. If I don't know who you are and you're just scrolling through looking for someplace to land, then you might sit They're because I validate everybody. I check everybody before I let them in.
I do the same thing. I'll go check their profile. What are they posting? What is going on here? If I'm seeing pitch on their site, so this is not going to be a qualified person. So I kind of think party when I'm doing my group, because I've got to have fun in this, because this is a dedication of time. So I've got to have fun in there, but not only me, I want my guests to have fun in there as well. So I'll do things like we'll do daily prompts where there's a different thing to kind of trigger it. Kat is mentioning our mixers, and it's basically networking week. Mm-hmm. And it is, I don't have in our group, I got rid of the promo day because I figured, we're all grown women in there. We should know better. However, the mixer week kind of shows you, here's the things that you can post, then do a promo. And the mixer week is set up that way, where there's some basics we repeat every time, but then we change it up, quarterly. And that gives you a way to say, introducing yourself, talking about your business with, by adding the value to do it. And all those posts that everybody's doing, they're adding value, sharing their tips, sharing their lessons, sharing their stories. And I love reading them because it helps me get more connected to you guys as well. So that's what I kind of just think of as party. I do went back to doing it on Tuesdays, where now I do a Q&A where if no one has a question, I'll have a topic where I'll kind of teach, looking at what has somebody been posting and be able to do like a mini training on that. So it's also welcoming. We make sure everybody gets welcomed in there. We tried an experiment. We had one long thread. I hated it. No one was getting welcomed. I says, we went back to doing individual. So, same thing if you're doing a party, people might not like that dip you made. Okay, so the next party, you don't make the dip, you change it. So you need to be, and that's what it's just think party. Think, how can I have fun? It goes back to that why. Why did I start this group? And what can I do then? It's a party. I think party and I love entertaining. So to me, this is my entertainment platform. Mm-hmm. And going in there and entertaining my guests, but also too, I want my guests to be entertaining each other as well. So they're interacting and having a good time, because if you go to a party and you're at my house, and it's all about me, you're not going to have fun at my party. No. So it has to be about the guest as well.
Right. And one of the things I like about the mixer challenges, which we've mentioned a couple times, and you're going to have a free resource that we will be giving the link out in a bit. One of the things I like about the mixer challenges you do and the prompt of what we need to do to fulfill that day's challenge is you mix it up between business type things like introduce yourself, your business, what do people ask you in your business, with something that is pure party. What are you going to do on the first day of summer? Or what do you do for fun? So this is not time consuming. This is not, oh my God, I have to think this through and write a formal press release to answer this challenge. I come in and I'm just sitting chatting with somebody else in the party, and they come back and respond to what I post, because that's part of the challenge too, is you have to respond to other people's posts during the challenge week, which I think is really, really smart. So let's move on to your tip number 4, because I know you have 5 total here.
Okay, here's tip number 4, and you just led into this a little bit about doing the post. It's reward and recognize. Mm-hmm. People want to be rewarded for their efforts. They want to be recognized for their efforts. And Kat talked about she's getting this book. And I thought I mailed it to her already, but she's getting the book autographed, because I'm famous, so she's getting an autograph.
And I had my choice of gifts. It wasn't just that you were just promoting your book. I had a really awesome, and I thought really outstanding list of things that I could choose from for my gift.
Right, and next I have here's your gift list, and yes, and we do include an Amazon for the Amazon, for our grand prize person to get the Amazon card. They get to choose their gifts, but then we do something also. Do we recognize that they are the winner by becoming a featured member.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're my client, we feature you, but also too, it's like in between, it's like we do the mixer, our top contributor, because we'll recognize our top contributor as well, that this is a person who has initiated a lot of the conversations and have participated in the conversations. So we've done that where we've done the top contributor. And so there's different ways of recognizing the people. And one of the things that we had started doing before we went to that long welcome thread was actually honoring the person who was welcoming people in the most. Like, hey, our official welcomer this month. Thank you for doing this. And then when I went to that long post, you really couldn't see it because I just think a lot of the way Facebook changed their algorithms, you don't see everything being tagged. So we went back, and now I'm seeing people welcomed again. So that is, and for me, I know my client base, they want recognition for what they're doing. You're out there pouring your heart out, with the work that you're doing. So you want some recognition. And so that's one of the things I kind of, realized. Once again, think party. If you think kid party, it's, we're going after the prizes and pin the tail off the donkey kind of thing. And the kids want to be, they want to be recognized for.
We want our goodie bag at the end of the party. We want our favor to take home with us and eat the chocolate on the way home.
Right. So, and as I said, so if you're thinking party, think of like, okay, what are the festivities do I want to do on that party? So it's rewarding the people who are participating. If you're first starting a group out, you're going to be the one kind of nudging people along. But once you kind of get people maybe answering or usually encouraging to post, that's when I went right into doing the top contributor. Probably within a month or two. It's like, okay, that I recognize that. And people were like, ooh, I want to be a top contributor too. So, because I do give rewards. If you're the top contributor, yeah, you get a choice now. It's either Starbucks or Amazon, card. And I think the person who did the confidence challenge, Vicki, you introduced her into our group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sent her from my group over to Ann's because there are so many groups out there that complement one another. I don't really consider all of these competitors of mine. So I freely invite people to do what I call gentle self-promotion in my own group. There's not a particular day to do that. What I don't allow is post and run or just share and never participate. Those get deleted. If you're a newbie in my group, you'll usually get a private message from me saying, go back and edit this. This is how we do things here. But Vicki, who was one of your, is your featured member this month, was someone that I had interviewed for Fast Action Fridays, member of my Rocking Your Path group, and sent her over and said, you really should be participating over there too.
And she did the confidence challenge, became our top winner, and she ended up getting the $25 Amazon card. Mm-hmm. And she turned that around and designed these T-shirts for her business. And she used the card to be able to do that. And I thought that was brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, she's teaching a lesson. She is expanding your teaching, your group. And it was just a wonderful symbiotic relationship that happened. And I feel like Mama Bear here.
Yeah. And I know some of my, because, I've encouraged people to go to your group as well. So that's the other thing too. It's like, don't be afraid. Like, I don't want my people going over to group. You don't go stealing people to bring them into your group. But, if I have a group that I think this is a great group, you need to go check it out. And Kat's is one to go check out. If you're not, I know we're doing an interview. If you're not Kat's group, get in there as well. Number 5. Okay, go ahead.
Right. Number 5 uses one of my favorite words. So people who know me, who follow me, who are clients, hear me using this quirky word a lot. And tell us number 5.
Number 5 is keep tweaking.
Not twerking, tweaking. Treaking.
Like I said, I just mentioned that we experimented with just put all the welcomes in one thing so you can find them. Well, no, we lost the interaction. So it's like, let's go back to what we're doing. It's no big deal. Um, one of the things too that we're experimenting with is we got this featured member. But there's these units, and so now after the featured member's gone, well, how do we keep her recognized? Well, we put it over the unit, so we're experimenting with, with doing that as well. We changed our prompts up, and I didn't like how some of them were, so we're changing them back again. So I'm always trying to keep it fresh. If you're in other groups, you're like, wow, that's a great idea. And it may flop in your group, but it may take off like crazy as well. So it's always kind of tweaking it. How can we make it better? How can we, I like that participation. I like the quality of women that are in the group, and they are supportive. And I think for the group is, when women support each other, the most exceptional things happen. And I use most exceptional, which is the ME, which is me, which is my branding. Stands for the magical essence, your core, who you are, your authentic self, that true me. So, we throw that branding in there, the most exceptional things happening when women support each other, and it all happens by being authentic. So, well,
and excuse me, I know that one concern of people is that having a group and maintaining that group takes a lot of time. And it doesn't need to take a lot of time. You get to choose how much time you're going to be in there. Speaking to you, the viewer here, and the listener. So you could spend more time if you're getting the return on investment being there. It's part of your marketing. So that's time well spent if you're getting the value back out of it, and your members are also seeing the value and participating there. All right, I want to make sure that we let people know that you can have 7 simple stages for successful changes. It's a free cheat sheet, and I'm going to say the name. Those watching this will be able to see it posted on the replay and also in our notes. It's at Ann Rusnak, ANNRUSNAK.com /change cheat sheet, all one word, no hyphens in there. So change cheat sheet. I might get my mouth working here. So as we wrap up here, give us some final words of advice about Facebook groups or managing them, or just anything that you think would be of use. What would you like to leave us with?
I would leave that businesses are built on relationships, and networking is how you build those relationships. Unless you're a big company with a big budget to spend on advertising, this is the most cost-effective way for you to grow your business, is through networking. And Facebook groups, if you think about them as networking opportunities, you're not going to feel like you're wasting your time. In fact, you're going to save time because you don't have to get dressed up. You don't have to go to the lunch that you can't eat or anything else. So you can actually, for me, and I do schedule out an hour on Facebook. So I'm in my group, I'm in others' group, I'm responding, and I have systems set up so we know that, okay, when someone wants to join, this is what we do. Even with the mixer, it is on a system that this is the stuff that we need to put. Here's when we need to go do certain things. So think of that as you're doing this, is that how can I make this, if I'm running my own group, I've got it laid out that certain prompts go out, certain things go out. And I do have a virtual assistant that kind of helps with this stuff as well. But I still do the bulk of it because it's me. It's my presence. So, so just, realize it is a time commitment, but it's a commitment you're using to build your business. And I have to tell you, if an introvert, Facebook groups are great because you can just sit there and type, and although people want to see your faces, I really recommend, you have a picture on your profile. You don't have to go out and physically be with people, although you should. This is a great way. I think I'd mentioned that before, that Facebook groups are a great way to get the... And
I don't know about your group, and your Facebook group is Unstoppable Success Group, right?
Right. It's
.com, and if you go to unstoppablesuccessgroup.com, you'll go right to her Facebook group, and you can request join there. I know in my Rocking Your Path community, I have turned off the opportunity to join as a page.
Me
because we deal with people and we network with as people in my group. So you can only join as your profile self on Facebook.
Yeah, I had someone who joined the group, and they didn't realize they had joined as their page, and I didn't realize that pages were opened up. I'm going, why are we allowing pages in groups? I can't figure that one out. But anyway, I turned it off.
I have thought the same thing you did, and then I realized that some Facebook pages and some Facebook groups that were particularly associated with SaaS, SaaS, which is software as a service, there was a usefulness to be in there as your page. But generally speaking, I was kind of like, okay, Facebook, somebody really didn't think this one through, but I guess they've got their reasons. Well, I so appreciate you being here. I know that I'm enjoying your group. I don't imagine leaving there. You're a member of my group and participating there as well. I recommend a lot of people, women, where my group also has men, because I don't focus just on women, though I love them dearly. Go visit Ann on Facebook, grab her free resource, The 7 Simple Stages for Successful Changes, and find her on social media, especially Facebook. Thank you so much, Ann. And this is Kat Sturtz from rockingyourpath.com, closing another episode of Fast Action Friday. Remember to check back next week when I will have another great guest helping you take fast action to move your business along and rock your unique path to success. Bye-bye.